So Mayor Tubbs, thanks again for coming to the Harris School. It was a really insightful and informative lecture. What advice would you give to young policy students interested in making a similar difference in their communities?
I think oftentimes we get caught up in what our vocation will be, but given the way the world is and the way life works, you probably don't know exactly where you'll end up in 10, 15 years. But what you can control are the skills you have and whatever opportunities are presented to you. So I think the rigorous reading and analytics stuff is important, but also the community-based activism and the leadership. Some of the best lessons I learned in college were spent in student groups, organizing people, student organizing, learning how to move things. Find out why you want to make a difference. What drives you? Marshall Gantz talks about the story of self. Like why you in this moment? Like what is it about you, your experiences that you bring? Because that really resonates with people, and that'll also keep you focused when it gets difficult. A lot of us go straight to activism, which is important, but it's not organizing. Organizing is strategic, and it uses activism to achieve a goal, something we want to see done, a better outcome. Activism necessarily doesn't have to produce anything. Organizing does. So I think people need to be more rigorous and submit themselves to organizing training and become organizers around the issues they're currently activists about.
How has your policy degree shaped the way that you think about societal issues today?
Just an understanding that a policy is only as good as implementation. So really thinking through unintended consequences and understanding that policy is not something that should be rushed.
Okay.
But you thoughtful, you think through kind of all contingencies, best case scenario, worst case scenario, what happens. And it's slow, but it makes sure that you deliver for the folks you want to deliver for. So that's it. And I think it also just a different framework and thinking about, okay, how do you move the bureaucratic channels to create an outcome? And what does it take to do it? So I think those two things are super important and helpful.
Talk to us about your experience at the White House.
I was an intern in intergovernmental affairs.
Okay.
So it showed me the importance of leadership, because the way people got on our radar was if we knew them. Do they have a profile? Were they connected to the administration somewhere? Were they doing cool, interesting things? Did they have some status and gravitas behind them? So I tell me like, wow, leadership matters. And that oftentimes the decisions we see aren't made based strictly on who has the best application or where the need is, but do I know the person that's there? It also just showed me how oftentimes folks who are making policy decisions are really disconnected from the lives of the people who their policy impacts.
How was your role as a council member beneficial to you becoming an effective mayor?
Well, the way government works, especially local government, you really can't understand until you're in it. So being on city council gave me 4 years to learn about sort of how does local government work, but also know who the players are. Who do I go to if I need this or that? Who could help drive things? Who could help amplify things? Who could help kill things? And also understanding what it meant to be a council member. So now as a mayor, I understand how council members think, because that was just me 4 months ago.
All right, Mayor Tubbs, we greatly appreciate you coming out to visit the Harris School once again. We're honored by your presence, and we hope to have you back.
Thank you, brother.
More
I
than
appreciate
often
being
in
here.
the future. All right, thank you very much.
You.